You won't believe these surprising facts about Oprah. She grew up in poverty, which is crazy to believe.
I knew somehow that my life would be different and it would be better.
She became one of the biggest billionaires in America, and she has a long-running relationship with P. Diddy.
She has a tie to one of the most evil men out there right now, Diddy.
So, Oprah has maintained a long-standing connection with P. Diddy. They go way back. She interviewed him in 2006 and is now being brought up again with all the Diddy drama.
I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested.
Recently, a YouTube video titled "Breaking News, Oprah has fled" and captioned 5 minutes ago, FBI reveals Oprah has fled the country after Diddy footage leaked and has gone viral. So, Diddy's tapes had Oprah ready to spend some serious money to retrieve them. Apparently, she spent $75 million to secure these tapes, and what's even crazier is that she fled the country after Diddy's takedown. I mean, if that doesn't sound suspicious, I don't know what does. It seems like this relationship between the two over the past couple of years has been a lot more complicated than we can imagine. So the next fact is pretty surprising. Oprah doesn't know the identity of her real father? Crazy, right? So Oprah grew up believing her biological father was Vernon Winfrey. But in 2003, a Mississippi farmer and World War II vet, Noah Robinson, came out to claim that he was her actual father. Now listen, it's not crazy to see people come out with some wild lies against celebrities, but the weird part is she refused a paternity test. Now, if she's really telling the truth and she truly believed her actual dad was Vernon, why not stop the rumors and just prove it? I don't know, sounds a little fishy to me. Now, next on the list is quite the accomplishment. Oprah was the first Black female billionaire. Like, wow. Oprah's media empire grew strongly and brought in a net worth of $1 billion. In 2003, Forbes put her on the list of billionaires, being the first Black woman to join the ranks. Now, we can't help but think this is quite the accomplishment. Like, come on now. Since then, her net worth has only grown, and her estimated net worth this year is $4 billion. She has all the money in the world, right? But the real question now is she doing good things with it? And that's still up for debate. Now, the next is pretty random, I would say. Oprah launched Dr. Phil's TV career. Yeah, you heard that right. Dr. Phil's career is all thanks to Oprah.
Sorta. Yeah, I mean, that's the way in. If you're gonna get in, go with the big O.
And he was the first to acknowledge that. He went on to say that people say, wasn't Oprah a big factor in launching Dr. Phil? She wasn't a big factor. She was the factor. Oprah went up to Dr. Phil before creating the show and said, you know what? I want you to have a national platform, and you can talk about anything you want to talk about. She has changed my life, he said. So if you like or hate Dr. Phil, go ahead and thank Oprah for giving him his platform. Next up on this list, let's take it back to her talk show. Oprah's 1993 interview with Michael Jackson was the 4th most watched event in TV history at the time. So you may be thinking this interview was one of the best, but actually no, the complete opposite. Michael Jackson was giving her a live performance, and she couldn't keep her mouth shut and just enjoy the moment.
Yeah, and when you are, for instance, when we were here before.
Like, this is Michael Jackson we're talking about here. Many found her to be disrespectful and unappreciative of what she was witnessing, and you can't blame them. Not only was she unattentive, but she also made him feel uncomfortable. During the interview, she hit Jackson with a shocking question. Are you a virgin?
Are you a virgin? How could you ask me that question?
Now, you don't ask that question, first of all. It's just rude and it's invasive. And quite frankly, there's no reason that she or anyone needs to know the answer to that. That's just crazy to me. Now, before all this fame, Oprah actually lived a very difficult life, which brings us to our next fact. Oprah spent the first 6 years of her life living in poverty. In Oprah's early years, she lived in Mississippi and lived with her grandmother for the first 6 years of her life. From strict living to then moving in with her mother, things didn't get easier. She was living in a boarding house in poverty. At the age of 13, she ran away and a year later lived with her father, where things got better for her. Seems like the beginning of Oprah's life was difficult, and she's come a long way to reach levels that many can find admirable. Oprah's accomplishments go a long way, and the next fact on this list proves that. Oprah was anchoring the news at Nashville's WTVF-TV when she was just 19, making her the youngest person and the first African-American woman to hold this position. While Oprah was just in high school, she managed to hold this position.
All the employees here are working overtime.
She then relocated to Baltimore's YJZ-TV to co-anchor the 6 o'clock news, and later went on to become a co-host of its local TV talk show, People Are Talking.
People Are Talking, with a couple of friends of yours, Richard Scher and Oprah Winfrey.
Later in 1984, Oprah moved to Chicago to host WLS-TV's morning talk show, AM Chicago, which became the #1 local talk show. And then in 1988, she established Harpo Studios, making her the third woman in the American entertainment industry to own her own studio. Fast forward to 2008, Oprah and Discovery Communications announced plans to create the Oprah Winfrey Network. Wow, now that's quite the story. From a position held in high school at just 19 to creating her talk show that made her become the billionaire she is today, wow, that's quite the story. Next on our list is more money-making moves. So Oprah owns her own food line? Yeah, that's right, guys. The media sensation is in the food business now. Oprah has teamed up with Heinz Kraft and is bringing out a new line with the name, Oh, That's Good. Ha, good one. This line has side dishes and soups to give the feel of comfort. Now, this partner shift in Kraft's eyes was an opportunity for sales growth. But now with all this drama surrounding Oprah's name, she may have been doing them the opposite effect. We all know and love Kraft Dinner, but hopefully Oprah doesn't bring their business crumbling down. So, okay, if you think Oprah has done it all, maybe she really has, because the next fact is surprising too. Oprah was nominated for an Oscar twice. Her first nomination was in 1986 for Best Supporting Actress in The Color Purple, where she delivered an unforgettable performance as Sophia. Years later, in 2011, she received another award, recognizing her incredible contributions to philanthropy and humanitarian causes. It's no surprise at the time that Oprah received this praise. But this year, we're all questioning her generosity and whether her acts of kindness were all a lie. With her name being linked with Diddy and other secrets coming out, we can't help but question whether she's truly deserved any of these nominations and awards. Oh, but guys, that's not all. We have more facts that show even more praise to Oprah. Oprah received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. What? This award was given by President Obama in 2003. This is the highest civilian honor in the US, given to individuals who have made a significant contribution to the country's culture, security, or interests. Oprah's impact at the time made her worthy of this award, but like I said, all the shady things coming out are making people question whether she really deserved the praise. I mean, she can hold up a front, act like the most kind and generous person, but when all the secrets come out and show her true colors, people aren't gonna let it slide. Maybe at the time she did some good things, but who's to say, right? Maybe she was also doing some bad stuff and just never got caught. I guess we'll find out. Whether she's dominating the media world, being linked to Diddy, or reaching some big accomplishments, I guess you can really say Oprah's done it all. At one point, we would have said she deserved these milestones and accomplishments. But now we're questioning her, and we want to know, who is the real Oprah?